Just thought I'd take a few minutes and discuss some of the main problems with Kabbalah and look at Tree of Weird Yggdrasil in comparison. And by the way, this is my Baphomet. He's gonna pop in and out of here in some of my future videos. If you don't like him or have a problem with him, please fuck right off. He's here to stay. So, Kabbalah, or Kabbalah Koala, aka the Ari 10 sphere system. Ari configuration. I don't give a fuck how imperfect they look here. It's not about that. Okay. Oh, I don't know how well you can see that. Use a darker marker. Alright, I'll draw bigger next time. But basically, what we have here, a 10 sphere system. Earth is all the way at the bottom. Sun. Pluto. You know, some traditions they have Pluto at the top, or they have Uranus. It doesn't really matter or make much of a fucking difference, you know, which spheres go where, and because I'm going to talk about why this whole system is fucked here. So I'm just going to draw a bigger version of this. First problem is they put the Earth at the very bottom. They put the Sun right in the middle, and they put Uranus or Pluto at the very top there. And I'm not going to talk about these other spheres. You know, we had someone else who was basically trying to argue that because of you have Mars here and fucking Saturn, you have everything on the left side of the tree, and you have the like Jupiter and like all the nice planets on the right side of the tree. You're somehow working with the tunnels of Set, but if somehow you fucking had Jupiter, fucking Venus, and you know, on this side of the tree, and then Mars and Saturn on this side of the tree, it's the right way to work with it. It doesn't fucking like matter how you fucking work with this, where the planets are, it'll still fuck you up, and here's why. So the problem here is it's a 10 sphere system, and like Falcon and I was saying, it was A10. So A10 system, Earth should be in the center of this. This is on Yggdrasil. Earth is Midgard, and should be right in the center. But they don't fucking do that. And they have they have basically they place intellect above, and they place intellect or this above the heart. You know. And not only that, they put the heart all the way down to the bottom, like you're fucking stepping on it, like you're standing on it. That's one of the problems that the Falcon Eye is exposed to it. Second, I want to talk about was the missing gear. So this right here, This is missing. That's missing from the Ari configuration. It's called Dath, or the word for wisdom. So why would you want to work with a fucking system that took wisdom out? So you're literally, when you work with a system, you're working with missing gears, and it's going to fuck you up. Now, the enemies of truth, they know this fucking shit. They know this. They know that, and they place many lies and many bullshit to cover up their tracks. Now, there are some laws, there are some things that these fuckers are not allowed to fuck with, and I'm going to tell you how to get around it. So Lord Osseron pointed out that the three-power system of, three-circle system of Ein, Ein Sof, so in Kabbalah, the way there should be a 12th sphere on this tree. There should be a 12th sphere. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 is Dath, the 11th sphere, and 12th is this sphere. But how these fuckers got away with lying to you about all this is they say that there's this Ein Sof and Ein Sof are the three powers of infinity, which is really just a Jewy way of saying we're full of bullshit. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We really, really want to take out the 12th sphere, but we don't want to face the fucking consequences and the beings that would fuck us up if we remove the 12th sphere. So we're just going to call it a bunch of gobbledygook, a bunch of trash or whatever like that, and just fuck with it, just to confuse you and throw you off. So that's what that is all about. It's a way to occult and conceal the 12th sphere. So the 10-11 system here. First off, 10 and 11 do not exist anywhere in nature. It's completely fucked. You never find 10 of anything in nature. You never find 11 in there. They're completely disharmonious, unnatural numbers. Fives, sevens, sixes, threes, and nines. Those are naturally occurring numbers because they spiral out, they fractal out. Whereas 10 and 11, they're fixed Jewy numbers, and they have no positivity to them. They just wrap you up and put you in a polarized dualistic cycle. So this right here, this is the 10-11 system. Another thing that Falcon and I pointed out here is the A10, the 10 like Akhenaten, and one ring to rule them all. What I see here is I see binary code. Okay, so this doesn't have a center in that. There's another way that some of the Kabbalists and anti-Kabbalists draw the Ari configuration. The 10 hells in 7 places. So it looks like this. So I don't know how well you can see this, but there's actually three spheres in this and 2 spheres contained at this one. But really, all that is just more bullshit and another way of drawing this. Because here's why. This equals this. And second, this equals this. See what I'm saying? So this right here is just another fucking way of drawing this. You know, just more bullshit and gobbledygook. Now, before I go into Yggdrasil, I'd like to talk about another tree called the Sevenfold Way, or Septenary system. This is a Pythagorean school-based system, and also what a lot of the true order of the 9 angles, which doesn't exist anymore, but those who practice its philosophy in the Sevenfold Way will use this system. And it's basically this. So, I have the moon, I have Saturn, they have Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mercury, Venus. Okay, so they have the moon here, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars and Jupiter, and Saturn. So, basically the lower half of the Kabbalah, and I never really figured out why they had excluded Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. I can never really figure that out. But at least there's no fucking Doth on here. There's no... it's missing Doth, and another way this has a problem is it doesn't have Earth anywhere found on this. Like, Earth isn't even factored in. It's just the 7 planetary spheres, but this also can relate to the benevolent Olympian spirits, the 7 planetary spirits. And this has to do with the 7 stages of alchemy. So this is a sevenfold way. Sevenfold way, septenary. Now let's go on to Yggdrasil. So it's pretty much the same thing as the sevenfold way, but it has 9 spheres instead of 7. Tree of Weird. This is also called the Tree of Weird. This is Yggdrasil. So it's a huge fucking difference. So 10-11 system, sevenfold way, 9, worlds. And Midgard is right in the center. And Midgard isn't just the Earth, it's a physical universe. So all of Earth realm, all of physicality is covered by Midgard. So this one, completely fucked, missing spheres, missing gears, it's gonna fuck you up. You're getting into 10 and 11, completely unnatural numbers. And what language do computers use? They use binary code. They use ones and O's. So this polarizes you. So the main problem is, it's like Pepsi and Coca-Cola here. So it's either you're working with this one. Fuck! Or you're working with this one, Democrat and Republicans, or you're working with the middle pillar, which is a little bit of both. This one doesn't have a center, but this one will center you, and this one is a spindle, so it all goes like this and outward like that. And this one has a spindle too on it. I don't know how well you can see this marker here. I have to get better fucking board markers. Okay, so we have the solar spiral on both these systems, on the sevenfold way, Tree of Weird, and on the Yggdrasil. We have both spirals. This one tree, we have none of that. We just have polarization and quantification of the soul. So this one and this one will put you on the correct spiral. It will put you on where you need to be going. This one will fuck you up, confuse you, and just basically digitize your soul. And it doesn't fucking matter if you're using the Kabbalah or the clip-off, because they're the same fucking thing mirrored into themselves. I mean, there's some people that actually still believe they're making a difference because I don't use a separate. I don't use a fucking Archon, Gabriel, or Michael. I use the 11 anti-cosmic azurate. I work with the azurate, the anti-cosmic clip-off there. And here's why this doesn't work. Because they're mirrors of themselves. They're fucking, one tree is facing upway and one tree is like facing upside down. Same thing. It's the same exact thing whether you're using it upside down, left or right. It's the same fucking shite. It's gonna fuck you up. I mean, the sevenfold way isn't perfect. I mean, it's missing a couple of things, but the sevenfold way is pretty much Yggdrasil. If you drew this, you just put on the 8th and 9th sphere and you have Yggdrasil. So this is pretty much the same thing as this right here, the sevenfold way. It's not perfect, but at least it isn't this. This is going to digitize your soul. So 10, 11, RE configuration, Akhenaten, A10, that has everything to do with monotheism, which is a fucking disease. I can't stand monotheism. So this completely monotheizes your soul and just turns you into an astral space juice. So A10 or Atenist, Akhenaten. That big communist bag of dicks. The first fucking communist in the entire world. He tried to make Egypt monotheistic. He banished all the other Egyptian gods. He banned the worship of, and he banned the working with Anubis, Horus, Khnum, and all the other animal gods. And he tried to make everything monotheistic. Akhenaten. One ring to rule them all. So it's one ring. It also digitizes soul. So left system, right system. Or if you want to be completely acoustic and just work with the 11 clip off, you can do that too. The manipulators don't care because it all ends up in the same result, the polarization and digitization of the soul. And these markers are not fucking showing up on this video. I gotta get new fucking markers. Markers that'll show up there. So Democrat and Republicans, Christianity and Satanism, Judaism and Satanism, right wing and left wing brotherhoods. Your Golden Dawn and OTO, they're here. Your Temple of the Black Light, Temple of Set, Dark Brotherhood orders, Michael Ford, all that is here. Become a Living God is here. It's the same like fucking tree, no matter if you flip it upside down, left or right, spin it around, change up the planets, it's the same fucking shite. It's 10 or 11 system and it's gonna fuck you up. So this is going to polarize you. There's no center. It's going to tear your soul to ribbons. It's going to turn you into a Borg. Okay, you're going to, when you die, those archangels, those angelics, they're going to come for you. They're going to take you away, and you're going to be like, oh, Yahweh, Yahweh. And you're going to just like, they're going to fuck you up the ass, and you're going to fucking love it. Or if you're on the inverse there, when the clip-offs, they're going to take you away or whatever like that to whatever they want to do to you. And you're going to be like, oh, Satan, 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 for forever. And you're going to love it, and you're going to have your consciousness completely wiped, and you're going to be turned into one of them. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is this: they just love to feed off you and just do whatever the fuck they want to. But this one is a spindle. This is a spindle of creation. It is also a spindle. So this will spiral you outward. It will spiral you into creation and defend what you're doing and actually allow you to make progress. This will spindle outward and place you on the planetary spiral and also get you where you need to be going. So, these two trees are really good right here. They're very good. They'll help. They'll heal you. They'll expand you. They'll put you on where you need to be fucking going. This is all just fucking juicy poison. You don't want nothing to do with this. This is just fucking trash. There's garbage right here. Don't work with this. I mean, you can read about it. I wouldn't do a whole lot of meditation. You can contemplate about it, but I wouldn't do a whole lot of like Kabbalistic meditations there. And certainly don't fucking do like any like big Kabbalah or clip off rituals, because this will just fucking just pull you into fucking this shit right here. If you want results there, you know, just work with the sevenfold way, or just work with Yggdrasil. So, links are going to be in the description. I have to thank Seth Boza. I have to especially thank Lord Oseron for completely destroying Kabbalah, exposing it for the bullshit that is. And also Falcon Eye, who pointed out some cool things about here, what's wrong with it, the A10 and all that shit. Videos for them will be in the description. John signing the fuck off.